She doesn't even want to look at the screen anymore. It's like, I'm tired. I just can't stand this stupid challenge. It was clearly not well thought out, and I appear to have lost my guitar pick. It has disappeared into the void that is somewhere on my bed. I don't know how the hell it disappeared. Whatever, I can play guitar without a pick. Listerines on Mount Gummy. Listerines on Mount Gummy. Nah, I don't actually, because Mount Gummy sucks. So this is reminiscent, sort of, to that freaking battle I had in my Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness that I had to play with that Chansey, where I just started playing guitar for the whole thing, but not as interesting in this case, because at least I was singing about how much Chansey, or was it Blissey actually, being an asshole. Here I'm just playing guitar aimlessly, just completely losing my ever-loving mind. Boring, 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 boring. So boring, so boring. It's really just so tedious. I'm not even playing anything in particular and just freaking improvising out a key in mind. Where are the fucking Maidens? Let's see if I can, like, I don't know, I don't really play death metal, obviously, but let's try playing some heavy chords, like. That sounds ridiculous. Doesn't sound heavy enough. Actually, how'd that sound? Leave priestess lying peace. Oh wait, we got a customer. Customers. Yeah, I'm fucking done. I am so fucking done with this shitty mount. Ow. God fucking damn it. I don't want to fight these guys. These guys suck. Ah, Jesus Christ. It really is fucking all up to chance what fucking bullshit goes through a field. It's annoying. Masturbation! Flamekeepers! All we do is jackets. Ow! How did you impale me? I thought I dodged. Oh, fuck. Not even line up fail frame though. Well, now I am. Eat shit, splunkers of the anus kind. Okay, well, there's another one. That was just that. Ladies and gentlemen, I do declare this very moment that that thing just disappears. So, in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be off screen now. Wait, what is this? Is it type 14? Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to demonstrate to you what this is right now. This is ass. This challenge is ass. I'm gonna off screen the rest of this shit, and when I've, I don't know, because the trophy might pop up before I even, have time to hit the record button. But I've defeated 5 ghosts on screen, which is insane considering it's been coming up at 2 hours since the recording started. But I'll try to keep track, and once I get up to, say, number 29, then I will on screen again. Because this was just going nowhere. I don't think I'll even stand around waiting for it. I'll just go on a wander, Hopefully I'll encounter some ghosts that can actually do the tainted thing, Because, seriously, it's ridiculous at this point. So, off-screen. Ass. Playing in 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh my God. For the love of God. How did this happen? It's like, what happened? Well, yesterday, right? I recorded the 2 hours long thing, and then later in the day after I had some food and, uploaded for Digimon Well Next Order, I got back to playing the game, and I got up to right before going into the final boss here to get that platinum trophy, because I found out that an easier way to do it is to fight Ose, because you get tainted by her and just defeat those ghosts that she summons. Thing is, it didn't save. The video saved, my commentary didn't. I thought I saved that shit. Apparently not. Either that or maybe it was because of hard drive space, but I still got 27 gigabytes. It should have been enough for a freaking one Audacity file. This video went on for like 45 minutes, and the annoying thing is doing post commentary over it, because when I was recording this, I actually did pause to look up the video that I came across that basically showed that the easiest way is just fight the final boss to get that not the platinum trophy. Well, it was in this case because it was the last trophy to get, but the trophy of defeating 30 ghosts while tainted. So I did a pause in between somewhere in the video, and now I'm just like, am I going to be talking over the whole thing, or am I just going to be like, yeah, that's the bit where it just edits. Maybe I'll even edit this down a little bit. It's like 40 odd minutes. We'll see how it goes, because I hate doing post commentary so much. Not just because it means that I forgot to save the original audio, it's just because when I'm not, playing the game itself, it feels weird, because you can see me pausing in the game there, because I was clearly talking. I hate that, it's so annoying. But to recap what I can remember of what I accomplished is I defeated 2 additional ghosts as Ren, while tainted, and 9 as Yuri. The 9 were in this specific area. You know, when you lead up to this shrine right here, it's, you know, on the way in Yuri's second section of the last drop, you fight Shrine Maiden and her 2 boob lady accomplices, and you fight them 3 times in a row back to back, and I defeat them all while tainted. So the thing that I did for that was it the zero lens? Is that the one that's stronger the more the low your health is? I basically would, you know, weaken them with weak film, and then I'd switch to type 61 and just go ham on their asses to one-shot them. So basically, all that adds up. I remember calculating, it's like, okay, so I just need 5 in that 2-hour frame, and then 2 as Ren, and then 9 as 9 as Yuri. With 9 and 11. Yeah, is that 16? Yeah, I think that's where I came to the math to. But when I eventually get this trophy in this ridiculously long battle, because I couldn't figure out how to get the tainted status from Ose, well, it feels like the trophy might not even be, you know, all gotta be done in one video. Not one video, one drop. Because when I get the trophy, it didn't feel like I'd gotten 30 total in one drop, so it might add up all the other ones it previously done. I'm gonna put the mic closer to the speakers just to see if I can pick up the audio a bit, so I can sync up the audio. Although I don't know, because, you know, her voice is very quiet. I've got it at full volume and it's not gonna do much. I do not know, anything is I'm using my mic that I use for my Lil Buster's Let's Play, and if you watch that on my Blue Skull Dragon VN channel, you know the audio is all over the place for this thing. It's like, it all depends on if I'm speaking or not, because sometimes if I'm not speaking, you'll have this annoying feedback where it's like, where the audio just kind of echoes.
To the Shadow Spring. There's no need to be scared. Join me in the black water.
I can always mute the audio a bit if it, you know, has that effect too much. Although that's gonna be a chore.
Before the black water overflows once more.
I keep going back and forth with the mic when they're close to the speakers. It's just like, I've got to sync up the audio, but I don't know if it'll sound like shit as a result. Because this isn't my usual microphone. Because I don't use my headphones microphone for recording for Lil Busters, because then I would have no audio from the novel itself, you know? Because it's not on my TV. So as you can see there, I don't know, did I actually try to hit her there with the fail frame? Or I don't know. I didn't get tainted by her in this form. I'm not sure if it's possible, it might be. I've very later on learned that, and it might apply to other ghosts as well, like all other ghosts, they've got to have a very distinct dark aura around them. And then if they attack you, you get tainted. But it has to be super duper ultra dark. You can't just have a little bit of darkness around them. It's got to have that ominous dark purple mixed in there. It's like that. She's got that ominous, you know, darkness around her, but it has to be more distinctly darker than that for the taste to work. Because I kept, you know, anytime I'd see them in that form, I'd allow them to attack, and it just did nothing. So it's gotta be a distinct state for them to do that. So I basically kick Ossei's ass throughout this entire fight. It's like at this point, you know, the game's pretty easy for me. Did she even give me much trouble on Nightmare difficulty? I can't remember. That was a while ago now. Trying to think if there's anything else I mentioned. Great, it was yesterday, man. Well, it was last night, technically. I recorded this at like 11 PM. Which was kind of ridiculous, especially considering the previous day I did the same thing more or less for my Rune Factory Oceans Let's Play. Got that annoying pop-up, so I haven't zoomed in a bit there. I hate when it pops up a notification. Anytime I have my controller charged, it'll just pop up with my freaking screen name, and I'm like, no! Why do you do that? It's like no headphones connected. Like, well, no shit, it's charging the controller, it's not. I mean, I had a headset on, but it wasn't connected to the controller. See, she's already basically dead. You're already dead. At least in this case. So I have to get close to see if I can just, you know, as soon as she goes into phase 2, try to get, you know, tainted. Spoilers, it doesn't play out like that. It takes long into the full form for it to work out. So I get used to this side right here. You know, seeing as I'm not even, well, I am real time technically commentating on this, just, maybe I could just do like a long pause and just, you know, so that I could edit the majority of this fail out, because it basically led nowhere. I kept doing this in circles more or less. It's just that if I just skip ahead in the video, it's going to be hard to sync up the audio again. So I've got to do it in real time here, which is super annoying. Look at all the herb medicine I got, it's crazy. Oh yeah, that's one thing. I remember... Have you ever played a game and had a drink at the same time? In my case, I had a can of Tango, right? And I was still looking for Ghost Azuri. See that right there? It's glowing purple, but it's not the right ominous glow of purple. It doesn't make sense. You'll see it when you see it. It's a long ways in, but anyways. You know, I had a can of Tango, was drinking that. That with right hand and moving the analog stick on the left hand. Just move Yuri through the forest looking for ghosts. Just casually walking around in the rain. And of course, the only ghosts that ever appeared were the same old douchebags. A reliquary guy. I think the Flame Keepers made an appearance. Basically, any ghost that isn't the one that I, you know, knew how to get the tainted stats from. But again, I assume if a ghost has the right aura around them, they can probably inflict you with the tainted thing. It's just not very obvious, if you ask me. It's like with the Shrine Maiden, she does that motion when you zoom in on her and she'll occasionally inflict you with it without having to have that ominous aura, so it's, you know, confusing. And I also went into this battle, right, thinking I could, you know, lock onto these ghosts. I mean, it does look like you can lock onto these ones, but specifically when she summons the Shrine Maiden, I couldn't lock onto her to, you know, get her to inflict it instead. And I also realized that The reason why this is recommended, at least from the fact that I saw 2 videos online that probably got the trophy in the same way, at least one of them did anyway, is if you get tainted by a ghost. See, you don't have the zoom in thingy on her right there. But even if she did, right, I could, defeat her, this Shrine Maiden here, while tainted. But the second she goes down, it would probably wear off, because from what I'm aware, once the ghost is defeated that has given you the tainted status, it wears off. Which I imagine is why you want Osei to be the one to do that, so that, as long as she's still standing, you've got the tainted status and just go ham on all the ghosts she summons and get the trophy easily. Funny thing is, at the end of this recording, I was like, it's still got, another bonus part, at least one, go over the glancing cutscenes for the ghosts again, like go through all of them, and show all the screenshots and the clips where, the characters in a Forza, reveals. I did that for like Yuri and Ren and Brui, right? And I still haven't got around to actually listening to it because the audio is so quiet. It's like I have to put my headphones on and have the volume way up to be able to understand what is being said. So I don't know what they're in a Forza yet, even though I recorded these, which is kind of weird to think about it like that. I keep doing this. I keep using the see or hear wherever lens, because I was under the impression that maybe, hitting them with a power-up lens of sorts, regardless of what one it is, increases the chances of them going into that status where they'll inflict you with tainted. I don't know if that's actually a thing or not, it's just something I did anyway. It's like the equivalent of, playing a JRPG with turn-based system and you press X right as your character hits the enemy, regardless of whether it actually does anything or not. It's just a thing you do. I did try to avoid getting Osei in some of these shots to avoid depleting her health too much, but sometimes you just can't help it. Honestly, Osei is gonna be the easiest final boss in any of these games that I've played. I've played the first game, I played the second game, played the third game. Wonder how the final boss in the fourth game is. I haven't played that one. And I might play that, for October. I'll have it, like I said previously, sometime in September I'll put up a poll list of, horror games to potentially start in October, and whichever one wins the poll, I will play that. So I'll add that to that list. I am interested in playing it, because it wasn't released internationally until relatively recently. It was the odd one out. I think there might actually be another game that never got released outside Japan, but I'm not sure what type of game it actually is. It sounds like it might just be some weird spin-off that's not really like a proper Project Zero game, if that makes any sense. I have no idea what it's about. In terms of difficulty, I'd say the third game has the toughest final boss. Because she can one-shot you and she has a really annoying attack pattern. Because there's points where, you just... Like, that freaking drop where you're running from Osei on the beach? You basically have that scenario in the final boss, and much like in this game, if you run into them, you get one shot. So you gotta run around like an idiot until that attack phase wears off and you can move on with your life. It's like Psy in the second game, so you could one shot too, if I recall, but she was easier to avoid. Same with the Kasabi or whatever it was called. I think it was at this point where I decided to say screw this. Even though I might screw up the recording, I'll look it up because, you know, opening up an internet browser tends to affect the recording. I can't remember the first game. I only played it once, and that was years ago when I let's played it. I can't remember how tough the final boss in that game was. I remember that one ghost with the mask being a super pain in the ass, but he wasn't the final boss. That game did have some pretty tough, challenging moments, but I don't know how it would compare final boss wise. I don't know, I feel like Austin might be the easiest. I can't remember the first game's final boss very well, but probably easier than Arce, because Arce is just a complete pushover, especially once you've upgraded all the camera. It's just like, you got nothing, Arce. Anyways, I guess because I, you know, was looking up the video that I didn't really watch properly to see how you got the tainted status, I will, you know, off screen just stop commentating until, you know, the game unpauses on the video, and we will resume this post commentary of shite. Alright, there we go. I remember I said something like, well, that wasn't very helpful. Because, you know, I've been doing the exact same thing that happened in the video. It's just the thing that I overlooked is that she has to have a very distinct aura around her for it to work. Which she hasn't actually had this entire battle so far. Ridiculous. So I just kept going ham on her ass like, screw it. So I moved back to phase 1 and then, you know, work on it from there. You know, it really is ridiculous that I have to do post commentary here. It's like, at the end of the video, I actually, you know, talked about, you know, doing another bonus part, because like I mentioned, I'm gonna, you know, show those screenshots, go through the glance ghost and the character in the horse thing, and I said, you know, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. It's tomorrow now. I haven't edited the mammoth-sized video that's, you know, it's just a 2-hour one, let alone this one. I had to do post commentary too. It's like freaking nearly 4:15 in the afternoon here. There's no way I'm recording anything else today. Tomorrow I'll have recording for Little Busters, so, you know, maybe I can just squeeze it into a time slot, or maybe I'll save it for the day after. You know, one upside to doing post commentary here is, you know, I can cut the commentary off before the video ends. Because if you watch my videos enough, you probably notice that my videos often end with a blank screen. And the reason for that is because when I sync up the audio, and because I use Audacity to record my commentary separately, so what I do, I press record on CapCut and then record on Audacity, so there's a delay. That's why I've always got to sync up my audio. But there's also a delay between stopping both recordings. And by the time I, you know, stop the Audacity recording, I've already stopped the recording for the capture card, so there's a little bit of my commentary at the end where there's no video left. But, you know, since I'm doing post commentary, I can just pay attention to the video and just be like, okay, as we have a few seconds left at the very end, I can, you know, do my usual see you next time thing. And we won't have a blank screen at the end abruptly. Man, look at the balls on me right there. Didn't even zoom in on her. Just showing off there. It's like, you're not even a challenge anymore, see? I can do this without, you know, zooming in on your face. I remember I was being all like, "No hands, ma," you know. Well, could have probably used lifting the camera a little bit up further for that attack there, wasn't it? You know, because like there's no challenge at this point, you know. It's just tedious. I wonder, you know, because this is the last game they ever actually officially made to this date. I think it was originally released in 2015 or something like that. So, you know, it's been a long time since they made another game in the series. I wonder if they're gonna make a new one or not. Because they've re-released this game and, you know, finally ported the fourth game to the West, so you never know. If they do make a new game, hopefully they, you know, don't fuck up the characters any further than they did with this game. They also work on the pacing as well. It's like, I enjoyed replaying this game up until some of the later drops, because it just feels like it drags on way too long. It's very dizzying, that, and they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I was circling around waiting for it to, you know, go to phase 2. You can see I keep using that same lens. I'm like, okay, now she's purple, right? That means it works, right? But she's like, no, and it wouldn't work anyway because it's not the right ominous aura. The game does a poor job of explaining some of these mechanics, honestly. Unless they explain them and I just can't remember when. So it's like, look, I don't even do a follow-up shot because I don't want to, because I'll just knock Ossie out. See, still not inflicted. I was getting mildly annoyed at this point. Seriously, where did that reliquary even come from? I mean, did Ossie turn into a reliquary? That's the only explanation here. Where did she pull this reliquary out of her ass? I mean, look, Yuri is clearly being held in a reliquary. Where the hell did it come from? Because look, there's no reliquary. Man, even with those balls, she still gets hit. And yet again, look at the sun. And the booze. Oh yeah, that was a joke I made. I can't remember what it was. It's like, I asked for tainted. This is boobs at sunset or something like that. I mean, it's a shame. Some of my commentary was amusing here and there, you know? But now it no longer exists because I freaking either forgot to save or I didn't save. I feel like I did hit save on it, but maybe I just didn't. That does happen from time to time, and it's super annoying when it happens. The worst thing to happen, honestly though, is playing a game, recording, and then saving the game, only to realize the video didn't record, so I have to somehow figure out how to redo everything, even though I've saved. It's like, in that case, what can you do? It's like if you get through like a plot point in the game, and you've saved the game, it's like, unless I make multiple save points, which I don't tend to do, kind of fucked. I remember that happening in my Persona 4 Let's Play back in the day. But I think that might have been an issue because I used a UV recorder back then. And I think the recording screwed up. And so I had to basically, you know, look at a video of someone playing it on YouTube and commentate on it. Not use like their footage or anything like that. I would just have like, I think I just took like pictures of the characters and had them on screen and just basically summed up what was going on in the scene. I can't remember how I did it. But you know, technical issues happen and they suck donkey balls. I think at this point I was like looking through the lenses. I was like, is there a lens that can help out in this situation? And no, there was nothing. And well, maybe there'd be a lens that increases the likelihood of them tainting you or something like that. But of course there's not. I think I equipped the butterfly lens, if I recall. Not that it really does much, but I think I used it anyway. I was like, thick. I thought it was gonna be there all bloody night and this shit. Yeah, I think I hit her with that lens and hoped that maybe it would do something. It's just a waiting game, man. It's like right there, see that? She has become tainted. See it? I remember seeing that. I was like, wait a minute. What if I zoom in on her now? I'm just now realizing, no, that's not just a state of, you know, because Try Maiden Ghost does that, you know. She has her hand, that ominous aura comes over and she hits you. Doesn't apply with Osei, but that is an indicator that she's gone into the tainted state. So that's how you know. If you see them do that, they're gonna taint you. There we go. Now pay attention to the amount of ghosts that are beat. So it's 16 right now. That's 18. That's 20. And there's the trophy. That's what confused me. And there's the platinum. Because, you know, the trophy is for defeating 30 ghosts, not 20 ghosts. And unless I somehow defeated 10 more ghosts than I fought in this drop, I don't get it. So I think, and look how easily I just finished her off after. Like, okay, job's done, time to end the fight. I think it might be a case of, you know, on your save file, however many ghosts you happen to defeat while tainted throughout, it all adds up, I assume. Maybe. I thought you had to do it all in one drop, but it might not be the case.
I too must leave. I am a pillar. I must fall through the black water. Forever.
You know, one thing I mentioned here as well is, you know,
Is my duty.
feel bad for Osei and all that because all the shit she goes through here, stuck in the States for like 100 years at least. But then you think about Shiragiku, because think about it. She met Dr. Osei now, met him when he was older. Shiragiku met him when he was a kid, and she was, you know, sacrificed as a kid. So not only has she been waiting longer, but she also died at an even younger age. Seriously, they have some fucked up ritual shit in these games, don't they? You know, another thing I'd noticed as well is, you know, that ghost that, you know, falls all over the place and has the fucked up face. It's like, I didn't pay attention to what they say when they fall, but they say something like, my pretty face is my beautiful face. So, clearly they're not happy with the fact that their face got absolutely fucked up. Perfectly understandable, of course. Maybe that's why she pushed that other woman off the cliff, because she's like, if I can't be pretty, then neither can you. I mean, maybe that was jealousy, because, you know, I always just see this woman who's like, you look very attractive, but not for long, off the cliff with you. But her face didn't get nearly as fucked up as her.
Please accept me.
Can somebody find me somebody to love? At least that bit's consistent. I sang that in the original recording. Gonna put the microphone a little closer to the speakers, see if it picks up the not the commentary, voice acting a bit. Well, the voice crying, I should say, but they'll eventually start talking. Oh wait, yeah, I remember at this point I wanted to check the trophy. So, a moment while I checked the trophy. And there you have it. Frame Fatalist, Platinum Trophy, and boobs. Back to the game. Resume.
Those words were too powerful for me. They were a curse. I did not want to die with him. I wanted to live with him. I feel as though the curse has finally been lifted. And so, I shall go alone. I'll let the dark current take me.
Wait.
Your glance has saved my soul. I leave my last thoughts with you. I am so glad it was you.
Yeah, I remember commenting, seems kind of uncharacteristic of Japanese horror for it to kind of resolve so perfectly here. Which makes me think, it's like, what if they made a sequel? It's like, yeah, bad ending, true ending. You know, Miu and Miku just disappear, Yuri jumps off a cliff, and Ren does whatever because he doesn't have a bad ending. It's weird, Ren has 4 different endings, and, you know, he gets off scot-free each time. Lance also ending, you know, they just he's left to go back. Same with the photograph us ending, same thing, he gets to live. Even when he gets punished into a reliquary by Shiragiku, she lets him live. It's just like, no, that's not what I want, so you go on and do whatever. And I remember saying, it's a shame you can't really get this kind of lighting in the photo mode, because it looks nice, but it wouldn't fit the aesthetic of a horror game. This is like end of game, happy ending stuff here. Now this is probably gonna screw up the audio, but I'm gonna try playing along to it like I did in the original audio commentary here. A tear and a smile.
The distance to heaven, the distance to
I don't know, those chords were right at the end there. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to play along onto it the whole time because I know this microphone is not very good with this. Nice song though, isn't it? These games always have a good credit song. I wonder if she sang a song for the fourth game. I wouldn't be surprised. It's like the woman that sings the credit songs in these games reminds me, not in the vocal delivery, but in the sense of their attachment to a series. I forget her name, that woman who sings the songs in the Silent Hill series. She's always, kind of connected to that. They always have that one singer they bring in for the songs. And they're always, well, there's maybe one or two songs that she sings where I'm like, I like the ones in Shattered Memories. That's some cool songs, Hell, Frozen Rain. What was that other one? There were like 3 songs in that game, but I can't remember the names off the top of my head. I don't know what do you think about these songs here. Kind of, there's a name, Suki Amano. So, with the names above there, the ones that wrote the song, it didn't seem like those were actual names. So no, we like to keep our anonymous. Well, I hear the second game's ending and third game's ending and this game's ending. I feel like they could blend together. It has that distinct delivery, She has like a I can't do it. Can't do that high pitch. Like, and she has that very distinct vocal style. You hear in each one of the songs. It's like I'm thinking of the second Maiden songs, like the chorus, like solo I've got my guitar, I could just play it there, but I forgot how to play it.
Don't get up yet. Stay there. You need to rest.
Can't remember the third game song. I just remember a part of it.
Oh, come on. I'm not going anywhere. Just trust me.
So I basically got everyone's good endings again there, as you can clearly see. I went with the Gland Saucer ending this time around. When I off-screen played through the game, I went for the Shiragiku ending where you defeat her in battle. And then at the end she's all like, forget me, and shit like that. 3 hours, 21 minutes and 17 seconds, S+. So that took forever. Trying to think of what the third songs are like still. That bit where kind of like, I don't know if it'd be like a break or something, and it's like I can't remember. And because in Japanese, not like I freaking know the lyrics. I know the lyrics in the second game's credit song is like something like burn or something like that, translated to. That's about it. So, and I think it was called Cho, wasn't it, like that? Which I think might mean butterfly, I'm not sure. It would fit because, the theme of butterflies in that game. So, there's like 2 minutes and 20 odd seconds left on the recording here, but I don't think I really do anything else but ramble, which is what I'm doing right now, technically. Man, I could use a shower. It's just like, yeah, add that to the list of things there. Shower, editing, uploading. Yeah, gonna have no time for anything else. So, I'm gonna cut it short here then. The video goes on for a little longer here, but I can shorten it a bit because I was clearly rambling about, the next bonus parts, which, as I've already mentioned, I will do where we'll look at all the ghostly glance all their video things, all the screenshots I've taken, which are many, a whole lot of screenshots. Go over that and the character inner thoughts in the next bonus part. So, yeah, then I will finally conclude this long ass Let's Play. So I hope you enjoyed this complete and utter fail of the first couple of bonus parts here. I look forward to the next one. So see you in the next bonus part, viewers. See you next time, viewers. See you next time.